Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mara stock chart planning update video. I normally don't like to do like a stock update video so early in a trading day. I like to kind of watch at least the majority of market open before I do anything, but I'm pretty satisfied with today, and so I'm not, I'm over here right now, so it's all good. Either way, um we got Mara stock. It's fell down quite a bit. We're still in that red support area right over here, and we are under the impression that the stock will eventually start moving higher. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about some news that recently came out on Mara, from Mara or whatever, and then my overall view on Bitcoin. I will not be talking about the the very short term time frame on the stocks. If you guys are looking for like day trades or like stocks to buy this week or whatever, this is not the video for you. But with that said, everything I do say in this video is not financial advice, and I am not telling anyone to buy, sell, or hold any asset during this video, but I will be sharing my own personal view and what I recommend, based on my own personal, non-professional opinion. Real quick though, the bigger picture of Mara, ever since we updated the price structure, things are a little bit more easier to look at. There's less complexity. Um, that's a good thing. So ever since late 2022, we completed the crypto, like Bitcoin bear cycle, and then we started from there. Bitcoin started to trend higher, and I'm gonna show you guys a Bitcoin chart real quick as well, just because why not? Why not? Ever since late 2022, after the FTX crash right here, that's the FTX crash, and then we started moving up higher from there. And yeah, Bitcoin is looking very discounted right now, in my personal opinion. But just because Bitcoin is discounted and is looking to go up does not mean Mara has to go up. So I'm going to be very clear about that going throughout this video, and again, what my opinions are. But yeah, we had a first, second, third wave, fourth wave. We're still working on that fourth wave. I'm going to get to that in a moment. And then our fifth wave estimate area, which is based off of Bitcoin's bull market cycle top. So when I say our, I mean just mine. My Bitcoin cycle top for the bull cycle, geez, I can't talk, for Bitcoin is somewhere between, conservatively, right? Somewhere between 115,000 to 150,000. Somewhere in this range is where I plan to pretty much sell like 95 at least percent of my core position on Bitcoin, which I am keeping track of on a playlist. It's my Bitcoin portfolio update playlist. You guys can check that out. I do weekly updates. We got another update coming out in like 2 days, on like Thursday or Friday. But conservatively, my cycle top, because I don't need to stick around for the whole rally. Like I don't care. I'm very very happy with selling out completely out of my position, like slowly shaving it off, and somewhere selling in this area. Regardless, we're here to talk about Mara, not Bitcoin, primarily. But yeah, we're somewhere up here. So this is what's influencing and why I currently believe that Mara will eventually see prices somewhere in this area before it has a big drop, um, as the bear market begins. I believe towards winter 2025, something like that, which is kind of funny. Bitcoin winter starts at winter. I think that's kind of cool. Well, that's just what I think. Either way, and then of course these shorter term fluctuations right here for the blue area are, it's just the I believe there's a big there's an important, uh, I think a lot of limit orders to sell um, are somewhere around, I think it's between like $85,000 and $90,000. That should be the next leg up for Bitcoin, and that should bring Mara somewhere in this area. Uh, at least that's my personal belief at the moment. And then, of course, when we have a little bit of a correction and all that, we're going to see Mara kind of like dip down kind of aggressively. And then this will be the final stretch up on that euphoria stage of Bitcoin. So this is just for that next leg up. And then, of course, from there, we'll continue on. But yeah, and then we're still working on the fourth wave, and the fifth wave is again that cycle top. And I do want to make one thing super clear. Just because this line goes up right here does not mean I'm expecting the third wave to top out early October. This is just some visual, like just for some appearance, some visual, like to make the charts look cooler. I'm not. This line is just visual, like presentation or whatever purposes. I am in no means. I never structure any wave counts based on time. I structure wave counts purely based on fib levels, right? So this third wave can easily top out here, 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 or even out here, even in December. Like who knows? It's just the levels I'm looking at, not the actual time. Yeah. So Mara, it's up a little bit today. I for you swing traders that are willing to hold this stock for like a few months, like I don't know, I think it's looking like a pretty good buy. Or I mean, if you're like me that has a core position at anything you trade, if you have a core position that you like to focus on, that you do like a multi-month out swing trade on it, or if you have like if you like to open up trades in the beginning of a year because you believe it's going to have a bullish year and it's going to end in the positive, like just before New Year's, basically. I think it's a great time to add two core positions, and then if you have a separate portfolio or separate exchange or brokerage where you like to do the short-term trades on the side, so you got your core position portfolio and then your short-term fluctuative trade portfolios that you trade on the side. I think it's a great opportunity for those core positions, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, so Mara, they've done this before many times, and this is like I'm not trying to bash on anyone, right? But like we all know that Mara has been around for a decent amount of time, but it's still a fresh company. It is still young. It is still new. Um, they still have a lot to grow, right? So just because they're diluting shares, because they're buying another $250 million, or they're selling another $250 million of private note sales right here. They're using all that money to fund their Bitcoin purchases. Because if you guys are truly familiar with Mara, you know they have a HODL. Let me make sure my microphone didn't run out of battery. Oh, we're good. Okay. So Mara has a HODL strategy policy. And I don't really think no other mining companies, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really keep up with a whole lot of mining companies. Um, Mara's my favorite, just because they're like the biggest in US. I believe they have good management, and they're they're focused on the long term picture. That's why they're doing all these, um, diluting right now. They're doing everything possible to set themselves up for the future, and that's what I really really like about them. But with that said, um, they have a HODL policy like for their Bitcoin. So it's like, if they're gonna buy $250 million worth of Bitcoin, I'm actually not too sure. I think they currently hold um, 20,000 Bitcoin. So like 250 million divided by current Bitcoin price, but um we'll say 60,000. I think that's fair. Wait, did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Why is it 4? That doesn't seem right. I'm not gonna worry about this right now. Anyway, um, yeah, they're gonna buy more Bitcoin. And that's amazing because they're focused on the long term picture. This might not be good short term, but if they can get these notes sold completely and like buy before Bitcoin starts making new all time highs, that would be very very bullish. Um, so yeah, Mara, I think they're doing a great job. Um, but regardless, if you're a short-term trader as well, it's like I don't think you're gonna care too much about the dilution and stuff because if you were to structure, right, if you were to structure, um, or just draw out, if I'm gonna show you guys something real quick because this is also one way to look at the overall structure, and I'm just trying to give you guys a reference point. So if you start from the bottom of the structure and you go to the current top of the structure and you kind of do this, right? You kind of do this, and just I'm gonna how do you fill in? All right, I'm not gonna worry about it. But you have this zone, right? This is our current bullish structure for the new cycle, right? And this is what it currently looks like. So if you were to do that, and then for example, you were just to take uh, half of that line like this, right? Or actually, let's extend it this way. So if you were just to do this and just focus on the 0.5, right? We're in discounted. If you look at the overall, like I feel like this is very easy to look at, and I'm gonna make this there so we can kind of see it better. If you were to look at this, right, how it is right here, that's the zone, right? This is the overall current structure zone, and then this is the premium half, and this is the discounted half. We are in the discounted half of the overall bullish structure. So this is very good. Like look at that. Like we're down here. We actually like are we're well below that 0.5, and we can definitely go lower, but we're in the discounted half. Um, like dang, right? I think it's super cool to look at. But also, this third wave high, you guys gotta remember this too. Uh, Even if it's on the bottom portion of this, it does not count for me. This is just a measurement tool. Any dollar over, basically, any dollar over this swing high right here, that's when we can look um, for the next overall structure. Yeah, the third wave could, or let me restart. This is the overall third wave, overall fourth wave, and then this will be the fifth wave, right? On the smaller scale, we have a first, second, third, fourth, and then fifth wave will bring us up here as well. I'm just making things super clear right now, right? So there's no confusion. A fifth wave technically could top out in any of this areas right here, but if the third wave were to top out above this swing high right here, which would be ideal, and I do not want to see it in this area, that would make um, a more, how do you say, a more extended, more extreme third wave, which is what we want, so we can further have like the confidence that a third wave um, is truly a bullish continuation, and it is not an overshooting B wave if you were to consider the start of the third wave correction or the fourth wave correction, which will start at the end of the third wave. We have and very clearly it can easily be a overshooting B wave, um, and then a C wave, which will bring us making a new low under $14. So I want to make that very, very clear with everyone. We want to see the third wave overextended because that will give us the more overextended is, the more bullish confirmation, the more bullish confidence we have. But if it's kind of shallow above this third wave high, chances are it could just be a prolonged overshooting B wave, um, which then can shoot us down lower on that C wave, and making this, which would invalidate this area, and I'll give you guys a new area if that were to happen. But ideally, if we can get that premium half, like, and sustain that premium half enough, then I'm more confident that we're looking for a fourth wave than a fifth wave up. Because an overshooting B wave is extremely likely, especially in a volatile stock like this. But we're also oversold on the RSI. Now, short term, this is what I'm looking at to manage my own personal trades, and I'm kind of sharing this with you guys. So, the way I like to structure my trades, and I'm kind of making this video a little too long, so I'm kind of trying to like push through this right now. Every support area for my corrective waves, I treat it as a accumulation area, and so this is my accumulation area. As long as we are in this zone, I am lightly accumulating long positions, and I mean lightly because this includes a tight stop loss just underneath um, the the point or the 1.618, just underneath this tight stop loss. In my opinion, this can be big for a lot of people. So let's say the majority of your accumulation happens right here. If 20% is off for you, this is where you should be learning to kind of like modify strategies or just like create your own that best fits your risk tolerance, right? My risk tolerance is much, much different than your guys's. But regardless, this is my accumulation zone. I'm lightly accumulating, which means even if I do take, for example, a 20% loss, it does not hurt me because I am not putting more than I'm usually putting around like 5% of my overall trading capital on accumulation areas. No more than 10. And so if I do take a 20% loss, it does not hurt me, but it is a great way for me to start accumulating for a potential reversal higher. And then a stop loss in case it does break below. If any price breaks below this structure right here, this red structure levels, I'm cool with that. I'm just going to look to restructure the entire wave count again so I can make better sense of a invalidation break of structure. But if we do start to trend higher, in case we do see it's just a little bit of a correction that could then push us lower, I do plan on shaving some positions but leaving some open. So in case the price does use the green area as a resistance, I'm shaving some positions out. So it's like slowly accumulating, slowly shaving in case we do come back down. But if we do start pushing higher, I still have some positions opened. And then once we have, that's our first level of confirmation, we start breaking this into this area. But we're still cautious. We're selling a little bit in case we do go down below because I am not a hopeful trader. I know exactly what I'm doing in every level, and there's no hesitation. There's orders already. There's no hesitation. There's no second guess. Super straightforward, super simple, right? Accumulation, slowly shave off, leaving some in case we go higher. That's our first level confirmation, this area. Second level is we start breaking or having a sustained break above the 0.618 green. If we can go above this and then hold above it, even come down a little bit, but use the 0.618 as a support instead of a resistance at that point, then that's second level of confirmation. I am looking to just hold whatever positions I have. If things are looking good on the underlying asset, which is Bitcoin, I may add a little bit more to it, but I'm looking to use this previous swing high as a third level and final level of confirmation. If we can break that, also again use it as support instead of resistance after we break this structure, that will confirm that we are looking at an actual break of structure instead of a search of liquidity where the market's trying to create liquidity up here to push the stock down more, which that could be the shallow like third wave, which is just acting as an overshooting B wave. If we can successfully use this as a support once we're up here, that would be, to me, a break of structure, which would bring us into that more stretched out third wave, which will give us a more bullish confidence. But if we don't and we actually break below this back down, it could have just been a liquidity search, where it's liquidating orders up here to create liquidity and then to push the stock down more. I hope this makes a lot of sense, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do appreciate a like and subscribe. Social media links down below. Free Discord server. Everyone is welcomed. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and take care.